S4U is a text-driven, keyboard-based adventure that takes place in an alternate sci-fi 2011 within the fictional city of Castor Yard. You play as Mickey, an architect who takes up a side gig as an online mouthpiece at the Speak4You company recommended by their online associate, Nil. As the name suggests, you will log into your clients' accounts and masquerade as them to help them with their problems. Because having an actual conversation with people is hard, okay? Problems range from exposing sexual harassment, to finding out if a client's boyfriend is cheating on them, to a VTuber possibly being AI. Not to be confused with the other AI VTubers. However, your clients aren't exactly reliable or always honest with you, and you will be forced to make important choices that will greatly affect their lives. The game is broken down into 9 episodes in 2 main sections, being on the computer and walking outside. When you're on your computer, you'll have your friend list for both you and your client, a console to save your game after completing your tasks, a notepad to review dialogue history, and a Twitter ripoff called Tico. Tico will not only let you see news and people's statuses, but you can also tab and send articles to people, which is sometimes needed to proceed. You know it's fiction when Twitter is actually useful for something. The main bulk of the game will be chatting with people in MSN/AOL Messenger style chat rooms. You'll notice right away that the game mimics your typing, which is a cute touch, but not that important. You can key smash to type your responses without making a difference. The choices themselves are what matters. You'll know when you can make a choice when multiple gray bars appear under your chat box, and you can press backspace or delete to cycle through them before deciding. Occasionally Mickey will have a thought bubble expressing their thoughts on the choice. But don't take too long. Sometimes the other person will get tired of waiting and move on without you. On top of that, you'll find yourself juggling multiple conversations at once, or your computer might start acting up and shut down at a critical point. Or your overbearing mother might start nagging you out of nowhere about coming home, which really adds to the tension and realism. I would also advise not pissing off the wrong people, or you might get your client fired and not get paid. I may be speaking from experience after getting fed up with a manager hounding the client, and I called her a bitch as said client. Oops. After you complete your task for the day, you enter the second part of the game where you go outside. In this section, you walk around, interact with people, and buy stuff from the vending machine. Not buying anything from the vending machine will affect Mickey's mood, so do grab 1 or 2 things. But you might not want to go too crazy because the whole point of getting a side gig was to save up money. But hey, who cares about paying food and rent when there's gadgets to collect? The game has manual and autosaves, but they only trigger after each section. While going outside is brief, be prepared to be at your computer for at least a half hour, if not longer. Personally, I wish I could have saved whenever. On the bright side, you can hold shift to skip red text, and holding shift outside lets you walk super fast. Maybe too fast? Aside from typing on a keyboard, there are some minigame sections that break things up a bit. For example, you can enter an architect contest and design a building by typing the on-screen prompts as quickly as possible. It does require pressing button combinations, but you can retry as much as you want. You can also romance some of your friends and clients. There are 4 main romance options that you can invite to the fireworks festival, but if you don't pick any of them, you'll run into a secret 5th person. Your choices include men, women, and a transgender AI vending machine hologram. Yes, you heard that correctly, and he is very forward about his feelings. Overall, the romance options are a cute little side quest, but only matter if you actually care to learn more about said character. The biggest critique you might have heard about this game is the English translation since it's originally Chinese, and how bad it was when it came out in January 2025. The good news is that in May later that year they optimized it, and this version I was able to follow along pretty okay. There were only a few times either the Chinese was untranslated, or what was translated didn't make sense. My main issue storyline is I feel the cyberlife beings and their conflict weren't explained very well. From what I could gather, they're a highly advanced AI without physical bodies, and an evil company named TT wants to exploit them and use them to build a monopoly. Understandably, humans don't trust AI, but since some AI is based on actual people, this does raise issues about ethics. There is an organization that wants to help cyberlife and take down TT, but it won't be easy and they may need your help. This takes us to the endings. There are 3 main endings, and after each ending you get an epilogue based on your choices throughout the game. Afterward, you unlock the archive, allowing you to go back to any episode and change your choices to see different results. One of the main endings is basically the good ending, and you have to go up against the final boss. Don't Don't worry about the difficulty though, because as long as you persist, the power of friendship will save the day. In the end, I enjoyed my time with S4U. I liked the old school pixel aesthetic, I liked that my choices mattered, I liked getting to learn about Miki, and I liked that I could go back and smooch everyone at the festival, including the vending machine. Going through messages might be slow at times, but being able to skip bread helped a lot. A little more tweaking with the translation would have been worth the effort though. If you're up for a nostalgic yet futuristic adventure, I say go for it. The studio is coming out with another game called All Our Broken Parts, so I'll be keeping an eye out. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.